With the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer officially out, many theories and speculation have arisen about what Peter's fate will be in the film. The trailer and creators have hinted that Peter will go through a transformation, and in the trailer we see this. There is also a scene where he gets scanned and we can see that he is an enhanced individual and his powers have increased. There is also a scene where we can see Peter's bloodshot eyes. Many have speculated that this could be the Venom symbiote attaching to Spider-Man, but I believe they are saving this for a future film, which I will talk about in this video. At the moment, the plot is not known aside from leaked plots that have surfaced, but nothing is confirmed from those, and I tend to stay away from plot leaks to avoid spoilers when possible. This being said, the story and narrative for this film are still up to speculation. There is one factor that we do know, and that is that MJ and Ned still do not remember Peter due to the events of No Way Home, and Peter will go through a mutation. We know that Bruce Banner and the Hulk will appear in this film alongside the Punisher, as well as Sadie Sink, whose character is still unknown. We also know of the villains that will appear in this film. Scorpion, Tombstone, Tarantula, Boomerang, and Jackal are who we know of so far. We also know that the film will take place 4 years after the events of No Way Home and will take place right before Doomsday. At the moment, no one from the cast is set to return in Doomsday, and it has been said that Tom Holland, Mark Ruffalo, and Sadie Sink will have vital roles in Avengers Secret Wars after skipping the action in Doomsday. With this being said, I have reason to believe that Peter could die in this film. In the trailer, it is said that spiders have 3 life cycles, which is not true, but that is a whole different topic. After this, we hear from the narrator that amounts to a kind of rebirth. Many believe that this is hinting at Peter going into a cocoon and gaining organic webbing, which has been confirmed to be happening in this film. I do not see why they would add this to the trailer unless this holds more significance than we think. We also have to talk about the man-spider theories that have been going around. This is a huge theory, and I believe that this could be a possibility, although I am not sure if Marvel would take the story there. Sony has been overseeing most of the film production and filming, as Kevin Feige has been focused on Doomsday heavily and left Sony to tend to Brand New Day. So perhaps Sony does want to go the man-spider route. As we know, Sony does love to take risks. In the trailer, we also see Peter go to Bruce Banner, possibly for his help with the changes that he is going through. Bruce tells him that his DNA is going through a mutation. This is exactly what happens to Peter when he ultimately becomes Man-Spider. When his DNA is mutating, it goes haywire and eventually converts him into the Man-Spider. Man-Spider has 6 arms and his face is mutated to look just like a spider would. I have tried to picture Tom Holland mutating into Man-Spider in my head, but if they do this, I only see them doing the 6 arms. I am not sure if they would do the mutated face, although I could be wrong on that part. With that being said, the question remains, will Peter die in this film? I believe that he will. Looking at the history of Spider-Man in the comics, Peter's death is not unrealistic. There have been multiple comic runs and universes where Peter almost always dies, but he ends up coming back to life. We have already seen this with this version of Spider-Man in Infinity War. Yes, you can argue that that wasn't truly death, and you can say that it is, but Peter did die. Something has also been going through my mind that I can't stop thinking of, and that is Ned and MJ. In the trailer, we see that they watch Spider-Man receive the key to the city, and at the end of the trailer, we see that Peter attends their housewarming party. The ending scene of the trailer shows Ned with Peter while MJ walks in and they start talking. In the back, you can see a bulletin board, and on there are multiple photos of Spider-Man and reports. We know that at the end of No Way Home, everyone was wiped through their memories of Peter and their knowledge of him as well as him being Spider-Man. The one key detail that we know and that isn't talked about enough is that they remember helping Peter, specifically Spider-Man. This means they remember all the events of the Homecoming trilogy and most importantly the events of No Way Home. It also keeps crossing my mind that they may remember seeing multiple Spider-Men due to the events of No Way Home, and they will also remember the villains and interacting with Strange because they are not Peter Parker. The reason that I bring this up is that this could be the reason that Peter dies. Throughout the film, we know that Ned and MJ will appear. As we know with the bulletin board, we are to believe that they are trying to figure out who Spider-Man is because they remember that they have helped him before, and out of nowhere their involvement with him was halted. What if during the film, in the final battle, when Peter, the Punisher, the Hulk, and Jean Grey, if she is indeed in this film, are fighting, MJ and Ned show up to either snap more photos of Peter as they are trying to figure out his identity? This battle may take place in the city of New York as the shots in the trailer have applied. What if MJ or Ned are in the middle of the battle and are about to be attacked by any of the villains, and this is when Peter sees this about to happen, and he tries to stop that, and in trying, he ends up being badly injured, resulting in his death. This would not only solidify his love for Ned and MJ, as we all know he does love them already, but this would be the ultimate sacrifice by Peter. At the end of the film, we could see the funeral for Spider-Man, and on the tombstone, it may read, "Here lies Spider-Man." As I stated before, Tom Holland's Spider-Man has not been confirmed for Doomsday, and may not appear in that film at all, but he is rumored to have a more prominent role in Secret Wars. What if, in Secret Wars, we get the iconic shot from Kraven's Last Hunt of Peter crawling out of his grave after the symbiote bonds with him? This would of course happen in Secret Wars and would be an insane scene and reveal that would shock theaters and spark conversation for years to come. This would be a great way to pay homage to the comics and introduce the symbiote to Peter. The possibilities are endless. Peter can become the man Spire. He can also just stay the way he is. Peter can also die, but he can also survive. The plot of the film is unknown, and as we get closer to the release, as well as the second trailer, the story and narrative will start to become slowly revealed as to what Brand New Day will hold for us fans. Let me know down in the comments. Do you believe that Peter could die in this film? I'll see you in the next one, and as always, God bless all.